Geometry Dash weekly demons have a very important job to do. They have possibly the first demons that new players will try, as it's on the front page of the Creator tab. Not only do they have to set a good impression for the game, but they should aspire to look nice and most importantly play extremely well. Big warning for the list to come, I'm extremely critical with my gameplay as I feel like it makes or breaks a level. You could have amazing decoration, but that just doesn't matter if your level plays terribly. I played every level in full detail on practice mode and then beat them in normal mode. About a quarter of the completions were done on low detail however, as I found that a chunk of them were just too flashy or too bright and hurt my eyes. When I'm criticizing the decoration, just remember I'm talking about the full detail versions. See a lot of lists like this use gameplay, deco and song scores to make a semi-objective list, but I hate that method. I'm just placing them wherever I feel like they should be placed. With all that said, let's just jump straight into the list with last place. In last place, we've got week 39, Thriller by Moffy. Everything about this level is so bad. Mega Neko, who I usually rate pretty highly, dropped an absolute turd with this remix, and the level itself is even worse. Even the decoration is pretty shit. I hate this style, and it just feels so yucky and empty, especially when there are countless levels that do this style better. Yes, I know this footage is on low detail mode, but I did a full detail practice run of every level and I kinda hated the decoration even more with full detail, especially with all the foreground bullshit blocking my way. The gameplay is somehow even worse, with the first half which feels like the length of the Burj Khalifa being so fucking boring and everything else just not working properly. This 2.2 tower part is absolutely terrible and abhorrent to play. The sideways part towards the end is the work of the Clash Royale devs. The duel is a buggy, inconsistent mess and the transitions are blind. Send you careen into your doom half the time and just randomly decide you're dead every now and then just for good measure. Even the gameplay that isn't buggy is just completely unfun like the first cube and a lot of the intermission parts. Also, who in their right minds made these background objects have hitboxes? Absolutely baffling decision from a creator who I assumed was much more experienced than that. I highly recommend giving this level a pass. It's not worth your time and it's just so unfun and poorly made. In second last place, at week 46 we've got Cyberblade by Cubic King GD. First of all, the creator himself apologised for the horrid gameplay, so I suppose I should go a little softer, but I'm not going to because this level caused me immense pain and suffering. This level has one singular click that may be the worst section in any Easy Demon I've ever played. If you've played this level, you know what it is. This UFO dash orb. Holy shit, this thing never works. Either the purple dash orb doesn't get you high enough and you hit the invisible spikes underneath the dash orb, or you do make it to the dash orb but then get launched into the spike right after it, or you double click like what I did to finally get past and you just hit invisible spikes on the roof or the same fucking spikes at the end. It's really a rather brilliant piece of gameplay and I only died to this one click 70% of the way into the level, around once or twice, not 8 times. The rest of the gameplay is no good either. Even when it's not buggy, it's just fundamentally unfun. Often you get launched into spikes for no reason or you just miss platforms during transitions. This level was a nightmare to complete. The decoration isn't great either, it's actually really empty and shouldn't have gone weekly. In 50th place we've got week 9, Vagueness by Blue Motion. Dude, I so wish I could love this level as the decoration is mostly stunning, especially before the drop, but unfortunately this level has some of the worst gameplay I've ever played. I'm gonna put a screenshot of the gameplay on the screen real quick. What do you think happens next? Do you A. continue on the path you are clearly meant to go, B. invisible gravity change, C. a random ass bar comes out of fucking nowhere and launches you into the roof, or D. invisible spikes? The correct answer is C. I don't know how any of this bullshit gameplay got past playtesting. I mean, even looking at this robot, you know it's fucking awful. And the song is so disappointing, man. The atmosphere it creates in the first couple parts is really nice, but then some bullshit corny ass lyrics pop up out of nowhere, killing the pace of the level and the tone it has set. Not to mention that the ball part where the lyrics do show up is infested with bugs because you'll just randomly clip some of the slopes that are placed behind the actual platforms. It's pretty sad that this level reeks because the decoration is mostly stunning. In 49th place we've got week 38, One More Leap by Rave Dino. I'm not even going to say anything about this level, I'm just going to play my reaction to it. Oh my god, this song's so fucking bad, dude. I'm clicking where the indicators are, bro. Fucking hell, I don't want to listen to this bullshit auto-tuned fucking... Please let me go, there's room to grow. Even though there are stars in the sky, I'll never stop to try. Bro, what did I just hear? Like, how are you making that and being like, yeah, that's like fire, we should make that a song. Yeah, pads in a ship portal, let's go. This level's checking off all the fucking checkboxes, dude. Auto gameplay, let's go. Did that fucking structure just pop out of nowhere? That fucking structure just popped out of absolute thin air. If I died there, I would have thrown my keyboard across the room. What am I hearing? Get me out of this fucking level, bro. Bro, I love the auto gameplay. It's really nice. How about just like don't make gameplay like that? That needs to be auto. Holy shit! It's not fucking rocket science. Fuck me. Get me out of this bullshit. I don't care how long it took you to make. Make a better level. At number 48, we've got the first one, Week 1, Overdose by Colado. This song is so shit, dude. I hate most dubstep, and I hate most EDM with like lyrics and shit, so I hated this. The mini-wave transitions and the parts in general in the drop are fucking horseradish, especially the shitty spam one. It made it impossible to sight read. Colors were okay, but the deco was messy. I honestly wasn't too impressed by it, even though it's clear the creator knows what they're doing. The gameplay weighs this down a ton, unfortunately, but this level doesn't really have a ton going for it. In 47th place, we've got Week 45, Ban by I'm Not Nub. This level is fine until the drop at 60%, where the gameplay falls off a cliff. Trust me on this, nothing works. Not a single click works properly. You either get launched 17 kilometers into the air by green orbs, or you do the right click pattern just to get sent careening into a wall of spikes by no fault of your own. This level was clearly playtested by an infant lacking object permanence because my fucking autistic ass dog would have been able to fix these bugs. The decoration is pretty cool, but it's not outstanding, and the shader needs to fuck off and die. Nothing worthy of a weekly demon. In 46th place, we've got Week 5, Future Station by Icewither. Dude, you have no idea how much I wanted to like this level. The atmosphere is great and the decoration is on a whole nother level, possibly the best of the whole year. But god, this gameplay is absolutely abhorrent. I continuously died to random bullshit that I didn't even know I could die to, or I was launched into spikes without my consent, or I just couldn't figure out a way around the janky way this level is laid out. The pre-drop is a mess, with the cube being incredibly buggy because of the slopes. The ball is fine, the swing has a stupid transition and just isn't really any fun, and the cube sections have garbage transitions and I could never tell what I could interact with and what I couldn't. The drop also has some of the most inexplicable gameplay choices, like the garbage inconsistent wave parts at the start, the deplorable hitboxes in the swing, and also just fuck that swing part in general, low-key. And then after the drop is this kinda cool free fly section, but also fuck this part too because the hitboxes are just random ass circles everywhere. Then is the part I like the most, the prettiest part, and it honestly just took my breath away. However, when I was trying to beat it, this bullshit happened and I gave up and said fuck this level. Guys, it's not hard to make a level with good decoration and gameplay. I don't know how this got through playtesting. In 45th place, we've got Week 6, Game Over by Optation. Let me start off by asking who the fuck this song was made for. Like, I've been to my fair share of raves or concerts and bullshit like this has never played, and I cannot possibly imagine someone sitting down and being like, yeah, I want to listen to some bullshit today and putting this shit on. Like, it sounds like it was made to be video game dubstep geometry-sync based easy demon level.mp3. On the topic of the actual level, the decoration is superb, however the gameplay is obviously where it lacks. The core gameplay is really good and it should be fun, what with the satisfying cling sync drop. However, you'll find yourself dying at the same few clicks that weren't playtested particularly well, and it'll quickly become a fucking snooze fest of a level. And the end is the buggiest part, which doesn't bode well. It's sad because it could have been a much better level, and with the core gameplay it has mixed with the amazing decoration, it could have made a push for the best weekly of the year. But with the buggy mess that is parts of this drop, unfortunately it's down near the bottom. In 44th place we've got Week 34, Black and White by Jam Attack. Man, I normally love Jam Attack stuff, but this one missed the mark for me. The decoration stuck to the theme, yes, but wow, I did not expect it to be this empty, especially the jewel. There are some cool ideas and some parts are fun, like the waves, but I just really didn't like anything else here. The first part is beyond boring, the ship is even more boring, and in a lot of parts I just couldn't really tell what killed me. And the jewel is extremely hard to read, everything comes out of nowhere and I just didn't enjoy myself. I know a lot of people enjoyed this, so it's probably just a me thing, but this is one of Jam's first misses for me. In 43rd place, we've got Week 24, Infernal Aether. This level is so fucking corny, dude. I cannot take it seriously. Where are you? And I'm so sorry. And the song is laughable, man. Like, I don't hate this style of music, but this song in particular just doesn't know what it's doing and is trying way too hard to be edgy. The level itself is pretty bad, with the decoration being the only standout part. And even then, it does feel a little messy and inconsistent. I had so many fucking bugs while playing this level, it would be impossible to list them all. It's just not fun at all, and the gameplay that does actually work is just boring and repetitive. I know that a lot of people might like this one, but I am certainly not one of them, and I hope I never have to play this again. In 42nd place, we've got Week 29, Liquidated by Ghost Tav. This level is literally just 2.2 slop, dude. Like, yeah, the decoration is good, but that's it. A personal fuck you to Classic 10, Darku79, and Draco for being the worst playtesters in the galaxy. How are you going to have 3 playtesters and still fumble the bag this much with your gameplay? Everything is bullshit and unside readable. It just flashbangs you every 2 seconds. How did no one notice the abundance of invisible hitboxes or unclear gameplay that just fucking slimes you out whenever it feels like it? And this final swing part is AIDS, as you have to click 3 business days before the indicator is actually placed. I had a grand total of 0 fun playing this. It was boring, not engaging at all despite the 2.2 flashy slop, and I just fucking despise literally every part of this level. Base decoration is really good, I'll give the creator credit for that, and it looks like a lot of effort went into this, but Jesus Christ man, stop with all the random bullshit dude, it's fucking annoying. I hated my time with this. In 41st place, we've got Week 37, Mechanical Paradise by Delusa. Look at this gameplay and tell me with a straight face that the camera controls make this level better. This gameplay is so unreadable, dude, and not in a good way. I cannot fucking tell what is happening half the time, and if one more orb launches me too far into a spike, I'm going to bomb my local McDonald's. And I don't want to hear anything about invisible ramps or pads and shit being placed to save the gameplay. If you have to do that, then your gameplay is fundamentally flawed and needs to change. Oh, and this wave is fucking garbage. I usually love wave gameplay, but this is just random bullshit go with garbage camera controls. Delete this. The deco was cool though, especially this first ball. I just like the colours and how they contrast with the grayscale blocks. In 40th place, we've got Week 3, Pastel Trance by Polar Bear. The deco is truly nothing special. I thought I was in low detail mode when I started playing it, but at least it looks clean. The gameplay is somewhat learny for an easy demon, and I remember having a shit ton of trouble with the admittedly janky and unpolished UFO section, but I also acknowledge that it's really not that hard. It just doesn't feel satisfying to pull off. The song is fine, it does its job, but it didn't stick out, apart from the end where the level did what I assume was some random shit with the 2.2 song trigger, because if that was the original song, I'd be kinda worried. The ball is fun once you learn it, but it's a little too learny compared to how easy the rest of the level is. In 39th place, we've got Week 15, I Made This For Fun by Z3R3P. This is the 400th weekly demon, but in reality this level is nothing more than a 7-star. It has a good foundation, but the level feels extremely empty and unfinished. I felt like the paths to get the coin were placed in a way that hurts the main gameplay, like this random ugly black orb in the middle of a normal ship section. It was over before it really felt like it started as well, however that could have been because the song did nothing and had no real build. Overall, a really forgettable and average level with nothing going for it except some extremely easy gameplay and some nice colours. In 38th place, we've got Week 48, Kingdom of Hearts by BPI. I understand why this level is highly rated, but I personally just didn't enjoy myself. I was never sure what killed me. The hitboxes were pretty bad and the base gameplay wasn't too interesting regardless. Also, I think the end screen is really cute, but it did not have to take up the last 40% of the level. It just makes the creator seem lazy, which I know they aren't, as BPI have many extremely good levels. Overall, I just didn't have a great time with this despite the passion I can tell was put into it, and it's nothing against the creator, I just wish the gameplay was better and I could tell what I was doing. In 37th place, we've got Week 20, Muse Rush by Pugmaster706. I just didn't enjoy myself much with this one. I get that it's really impressive and I see the passion behind it, but I hated the visual style and I honestly didn't enjoy the 2-player gimmick mode. It felt slightly too unforgiving and it was also impossible to tell what I was doing half the time. In my opinion, it could have just used some more work. I also found the classic GD gameplay parts to be extremely forgettable and also just not fun. The gameplay felt like a first draft, and the structuring was really strange. The whole level just felt a little bit off, almost unfinished in parts, but also not. It's kinda hard to describe. I just didn't enjoy myself that much, but it was alright and I had a bit of fun. Also, this level has the single worst comment section I've ever seen. In 36th place, we've got Week 22, Globular Cluster by Uzaris. This level is just a bunch of bullshit, man. Despite having a clear theme, all the parts look and feel completely different, but not in a good way. I don't know how to describe it, I just really didn't mess with any part of this level. I appreciate that the decoration is good, but I just don't like the style and the gameplay is extremely average, especially in this tunnel section where I literally cannot tell what kills me and what doesn't and where I'm supposed to go. That part is garbanzo. The song is at least pretty good though. In 35th place, we've got Week 26, Lucent Garden by Lupu DZN. I'm not entirely sure what I didn't like about this level. I guess it just felt extremely empty and unfinished. The gameplay wasn't necessarily bad, but I just didn't really enjoy myself and felt like a lot of the gameplay was way too one-side readable. I shouldn't have to practice your level just because I can't see what's coming up ahead. I should have to practice your level if your gameplay is complex but fun, like we'll see with levels coming up later in this list. The decoration is extremely hit or miss. The final part looks great, but that's mainly because it actually has background deco. I think if the rest of the level looked like this, it may be a bit higher, but I just forgot about this level as soon as I played it, and every time I come back to my script to reorder the levels, I constantly forget what this level is. It's not offensively bad, there's some cool stuff and I love the song, but it's just not great. Also, I had to rebeat this level because I forgot to record, which pissed me off. You can see right where I realized I wasn't recording here. In 34th place, we've got week 30, Neoteric by Bunch. It's a Bunch level. His decoration is absolutely nothing special, but at least it looks clean and is well polished. The duel is actually surprisingly fun and engaging. There's just a few issues with the gameplay I don't like. The spider has some weird timings for an easy demon, and the fake orbs get really old really quick. It's really just such a nothing level. It doesn't do anything special, but it plays fine, just with some quirks that I didn't like at all. In 33rd place, we've got week 27, North Star by Novach. This level is not a demon. The only hard parts are two sections, the swingcopter, which I found fun once I learnt the click pattern for, and the final ship, which has some invisible speed changes and some funky gameplay in general. There's nothing offensive about this level, to be honest. I just didn't enjoy my time with it that much. I feel like it could have been a lot better if it wasn't so fucking bright, especially in this cube section, and if the creator refined the gameplay a bit so that there weren't any stupid timings that randomly kill me when I didn't even know it was possible. The decoration was alright, pretty good in some spots actually, but it was often too dark or way too bright and I couldn't see a thing. Also, sorry to the Dry-Out fans, but this song is so garbage. It's whiny and just sounds like shit. In 31st place, we've got week 7, Okami Overdrive by Shodai 1128. Dude, this level is so laggy, it's not even funny. I couldn't play this thing in full detail because when I got to the last section, I could hear my PC attempting to take off. While I'm not a huge fan of this decoration style, I can admit that it looks absolutely stunning. It feels polished, keeps on theme, and is just extremely impressive. The gameplay, however, is where I've got a bit of a problem. The boss fight is literally a 3-star and everything else is a medium demon, especially the last two parts after the boss. These parts are the laggiest, the hardest to read, and the worst gameplay-wise, which really sours the experience of playing this level. It's unfortunate that so many levels with amazing decoration fail to make well-balanced and fun gameplay. In 30th place, we've got week 12, Unmattered by Seidorf. This song is so buns twin. What on God's green earth am I listening to? And more importantly, who was it made for? Like genuinely, I understand that there's different strokes for different folks, but holy shit, I cannot imagine choosing to listen to this over like any other genre of music ever. The level itself though is pretty much the definition of the word mid, and not like how it's used now where objectively terrible things are called mid, but that it's literally the most mild and middle of the road weekly demon of all time. It's so fucking easy, which isn't a good or bad thing, but it makes it completely forgettable. And the decoration is nothing special, especially the drop, which feels like a ULDM version. The gameplay is fine, it's actually pretty good for the most part, but it's also kinda boring and I got so fucking sick of that stupid fucking song by the 6th attempt. In 29th place, we've got week 33, Lockdown by Kerbex GMD. This would be a fair few spots higher if it wasn't for the fucking spider part. The camera movements genuinely made me sick and I'll make sure to never play this level again. The decoration is amazing and creates such an amazing atmosphere, but Jesus, the gameplay cannot be ignored. It's fine at times, but at other times it's dreadful. I cannot get over some of the choices the creators made here, it's just no fun at all. The boulder ship transition at the start is buns, and so is the ship part after the spider. 2.2 upside down physics, that's all I need to say. I did not have a very fun time with this level, I am glad it didn't take me that long. In 28th place we've got week 41, Haunted Moon by Bits GD. Most levels with this style play like ass, but for this one, for the most part, it plays without too many issues, which I commend it for. The first part of the drop is a bit weird though, because whether or not something kills me is just completely random. The rest is decent though, I didn't hate my time playing it. I don't love the decoration, however I can appreciate that it's well made, the style just isn't for me personally. In 27th place, we've got week 49, Brave New World by Cell CR. Yeah, I low-key forgot what I just played, but I know it was okay at least. It didn't play terribly and there were a few fun parts. I mainly just remember the song being fucking garbage, which is rare for a boss fight song. It also had a pretty free coin at the start, so thanks for that, man. Appreciate it a ton. Overall, it's just a solid level I guess, but it wasn't great or anything. Low-key don't remember this one at all. Oh yeah, this was the one with like 7 swingcopter parts, right, this level is shit. In 26th place, we've got week 2, Nove by TRMS01. The way the deco and song match together makes the progression of this level really be felt, which I always appreciate. To someone with half a brain cell, it's extremely sight readable, however I had a few problems with this level that prevent it from being one of the best of the year. The gameplay specifically has some major dips, like the mini swingcopter being the biggest piece of filler I've ever played, paired with it being extremely unfun as it's, well, the mini swingcopter. Also, this level is a death effect that was making me go fucking insane when I played it. Like, the song would keep playing but the level would stop moving, and I don't know why, but I wanted to throw my monitor across the room every time I died because of it. In 25th place we've got week 16, Sky Strike by the Techni team. The second half of this level gaps the first half in literally every way, especially decoration. The gameplay throughout is alright but not great, with a few stupid clicks, but overall it does the job. The main standout though is the decoration, which is absolutely stunning, especially the final part, which genuinely had my jaw on the floor. The colours and the detail makes it one of my favourite parts in any level ever. The second drop is also very good gameplay and deco wise, with the boss fight only having a few stupid parts. Also, can we please make sure that if we put arrows in our levels that they point you into the right direction? Too many times in this level I followed the arrows and just died. In 24th place we've got week 31, Loco Momentum by Sean. This level plays nicely enough without many bugs or issues. I just found it extremely boring. This mini cube section is honestly quite ugly, and to be honest, I actually didn't really like any of the decoration. The only good thing was that it played fine. Honestly, there's probably more substance in this 4-sentence review than there is in the level. In 23rd place is week 21, Discharge by Danger Cat. I'm usually a huge fan of Danger Cat's levels, however this one is just alright. Obviously the decoration is superb, as is the case with any Danger Cat level, however I had a real issue with the gameplay. Way too often it was practically impossible to see what a portal was due to them having like 14 different portals stacked on top of one another. In addition to this, the camera movements were incredibly jarring and made my eyes hurt, as they kept doing this annoying ass stop starting motion, especially towards the beginning. I also hated the gameplay during the bridge. That was just completely unfun and felt awkward, but as I said, the decoration was outstanding as per usual with the colours and pulses. I just wish I enjoyed the actual level more. In 22nd place is week 36, Operation Wastelands by Dolphy. This level has a lot of ambition, and to be honest, it's just so well made decoration wise. The gameplay isn't even bad, I just found it really boring for some reason in a way that I don't really understand. It doesn't do anything unique, it plays it safe, and it's just not all that fun. While I did say I appreciate the decoration is amazing, I personally never loved this style, especially when we've seen it done even better in the past by creators such as Zendagame. The boss fight was absolutely nothing special and lasted for about 3 seconds, and I felt like the gameplay during it was so unimaginably unengaging. Also, the song was good until he started singing, then I wanted to tear my eyes out. If you're gonna make a song like this, leave the vocals out, or at least leave it to sample chops. I cannot stand this type of music. In 21st place we've got week 32, Himari by Arceus PH. This level's style is so fucking good, dude. The way it matches the song in every way is honestly so impressive, apart from the fact that it kinda dies off at the end and is clearly rushed. The main issue I have is the way that the 2.2 features have been used. This part in the ship section is unforgivably bad, and the start of the drop is way too blind. The beginning cube and spider part is amazing, as is the final spider part, which I had so much fun playing. Also, tell me that these swords in the UFO don't look like orb indicators, or am I just beyond stupid? I think they could have made it more obvious that they killed you. In 20th place, we've got week 42, Stomp by Raven. This level is so cramped, dude, I don't know how to describe it. It's really tight, especially for an easy demon, with some ship sections actually being quite challenging. I actually had a lot of fun with this level, so you may be wondering why it's not higher on the list. Well, there are a couple of really finicky parts that I just had to learn in practice mode. A couple of times you get launched into spikes when it feels like you should be fine, and I find that type of gameplay is absolutely unforgivable. I was just able to read when they were coming because the decoration is so bland. And that's another thing, this level really doesn't do much decoration wise. I'm not sure how this became Weekly Demon, because to be honest, with the current rate standards, which I'm not a fan of, this arguably shouldn't have been rated. It stays the same the whole time and just doesn't have anything special going on. Overall though, I really did enjoy my time with this level. In 19th place we've got week 4, One Bad Apple by Atomic Crest. This level has pretty much everything you expect from a good weekly demon. It's fun, unique, and not too difficult. It can be easily sight read by any decent player in under 10 attempts, even though it does include a boss fight. My only knock is that some of the deco is a little unpolished, however it's not that big of a deal. I also found the start of the song to be extremely strange, and I felt like it didn't fit the vibe of the level whatsoever. The last wave part is especially satisfying, and the art throughout is incredibly impressive, specifically the title card and the titular apple. In 18th place is week 35, Head Start by Gonixel. Gonixel has 3 levels on this list, and this is the worst. The only reason why it's this low is because it just isn't as interesting or fun as the other ones. The song is super strange and just does random shit whenever it wants, and I didn't really like it. The gameplay was alright, with a few really strange parts, and overall it wasn't very interesting, however it didn't really do anything terribly wrong. The deco is the standout part, it fits everything the level is going for, and I love the energy it provides. Unfortunately, there's not much to say about this level when Gonixel has 2 others to come on this list. In 17th place, we've actually got week 17, Adrenaline Rush. Here's another one by Gonixel. I adore this type of level. It's so fun and incredibly eye-catching. I really dig the song too. Unfortunately, there are a couple blind clicks that aren't fun at all, and the last 30% of the level has some really bad gameplay that just made me click and pray. But apart from that, the energy of the level was extremely enjoyable and I loved pretty much everything about it. We're now entering the top 15. All these levels are really good. In 16th place we've got Week 47, Ink River by Axel. Yo, I have no idea why this level is in the weekly save. It was apparently never a weekly demon. My best guess is that it was here to replace a deleted level, as the weekly demon list shows that there was a weekly that got deleted and maybe RobTop just had to pick a random level to replace it. I'm still including it though, just for funsies, because why not? And otherwise there would be 51 levels and that pissed me off. Overall though, I'm glad I did because this level is actually really fun. I only found a few clicks to be annoying, and even then it was mostly my fault, and the whole way through it was so incredibly satisfying. I think this song just makes for some really fun gameplay, to be honest, because Rivers of Nazareth is another level with this song and is in my top 3 favorite levels of all time. Overall, the worst part of this level was the decoration, as it just simply wasn't that interesting. However, I would so much prefer a level with amazing gameplay and mid-decoration to the opposite. I strongly recommend this level. In 14th place is Week 10, Slasher by Blue Yoshi. This level is the textbook definition of an extremely solid weekly demon. The decoration is cool, the gameplay is engaging, and the whole level just has a really energetic and frantic vibe that my ADHD brain loved. I wish it calmed the fuck down on the camera controls though. There's absolutely no reason for my ball to almost be past the goddamn screen. However, it is surprisingly sight readable even in these iffy camera parts. I feel like if this level was any harder it would become extremely unfun to play, but because it's a relatively easy demon, it's genuinely just really fun to sit down and sight read in 10 attempts. I got lucky with the last part though. I can't really tell if this specific click is a genuine timing or not, but if it is the former then fuck the creator for that. In 13th place is Week 11, Hyperspace by Xtrox. Remember that level way down the list called Game Over? This is pretty much that level's exact gameplay, but this time it's actually engaging, fun, and well play tested. First of all, the decoration is superb in this. I love red and blue colorscapes, and this is no different. And the song builds a lot of tension in the first half and plays it off with a pretty futuristic dubsteppy drop that I would personally never listen to, but it just fits so well here. The gameplay is incredibly fun apart from the first cube, which is genuinely a 4-star. Pretty much the whole pre-drop is pretty easy, but at least the spider is engaging with his high CPS. In 13th place is Week 28, GG Easy by Weetols. This is a legendary rated level, and to be honest, I think it deserves it. The decoration is great, and the level itself is really fun and matches the intensity of the gameplay and song. I've said before, and I'll probably say many more times in this video, that I adore this style of decoration. It's engaging and just incredibly fun, and it usually pairs itself with pretty amazing gameplay. This level fits into that definition, as the gameplay is for the most part extremely enjoyable. There's a few parts that I don't like the ship towards the end, but overall it's just pretty solid. I absolutely hate the song though, it's just so shit and I don't see how anyone could like this. Overall, it's just a really decent level with just the right amount of flashiness to get its legendary rating. In 12th place is Week 40, The Maesler by GD Marslow. Holy shit, thank you GD Marslow for making a playable level. I don't know if you remember, but Week 38 and 39 were way at the bottom, so it's nice to play an actually well made and playtested level, even if it does have its quirks. The decoration here is amazing. It well and truly earned its legendary rating. It matches the intensity of the level and so does the gameplay, however sometimes to its detriment. A large portion of this level is semi-robot clicks at 4x speed, which are incredibly hard to remember, especially for an easy demon. That's my main issue with this level. It's got a lot of specific clicks that are way harder than the rest of the level, bringing down the score quite significantly. I was lucky to fluke this, but I know that a lot of people weren't, and I appreciate how different this level's gameplay is, especially for a weekly demon. I personally think something else should have been chosen, but I'm not ranking the levels for how good they are as weeklies, I'm just ranking the weeklies from worst to best. Overall, I had a lot of fun with this level. In 11th place, we've got Week 14, Cranio Naus by Xeniox. Despite having an asymmetric jewel, this level is extremely easy and fun to sight read, and there's no real reason to practice it at all. It's clear what you're meant to do, where you're meant to go, and a large part of that is due to the outstanding decoration. It's detailed but clean and not overwhelming like a lot of detailed levels are. The gameplay is fun the whole way through and it syncs with the song amazingly. In 10th place, we've got Week 52, Red Alert by Rat Liffey GD. The last weekly of 2025 was just an extremely solidly made level. There's nothing special in the decoration department, but the gameplay is so well made and bug free that I couldn't help but place it high up on the list. I had an absolute blast playing this level, and even though it's definitely not a demon, it's almost a 7-star, I think it honestly makes for a perfect weekly demon. Also, it uses the Death Corridor song, so it's obviously a 10 out of 10 level. In 9th place is Week 13, Fuse Rush by GonXL. They really just don't make levels like this anymore, dude. Fuse Rush has everything going for it. The song sounds perfect and matches the vibe of the level, the decoration is clean but detailed, and the gameplay is pretty much perfect. You'll need to practice this level, but that's not really a big deal since it took me a total of like 30 practice attempts and 20 real attempts, and I got really unlucky at the end. Even though I got unlucky, I enjoyed my time with this level the entire way through, and I just wish more people created in this sort of style as it's one of my favorite styles. I don't really have anything else to say, I just think that levels like this should be cherished as they are rarely uploaded to the servers nowadays. In 8th place is Week 50 Digital Z by Blooper. My main knock against this level is that it's kinda short, but if that's the only problem a level has, then it's clearly a very good level. The decoration is amazing and so well polished. It's obvious that a ton of effort was put into this, and the gameplay backs it up so well. I'm so glad there's a level with this style of decoration that actually plays well, because to be honest, most of them don't. I had so much fun with this level, absolutely nothing annoyed me, and it just felt so well polished. I'm not sure what else to say about this, I just had a blast with it and I was severely impressed. I actually distinctly remember during my practice run thinking how fun and well made the gameplay was, so there's something. In 7th place is Week 7 Wymalian by Awesome Mellow. Holy shit, I did not expect to like this level that much, especially after playing just the first cube. The deco is clean, but the gameplay isn't anything special. But then I realized there was nothing really wrong with it, at all. I love the gameplay in the drop, and it's funny because I don't know how else to describe it, but it feels like the type of gameplay that shouldn't work, but it does here and it works almost flawlessly. The ship part is by far the hardest part in the level, but I love the way it matches the song and I honestly love the gameplay in it too. It's extremely fun and satisfying and it makes the level better. The very end is a little iffy with some choice transitions, but overall this is a very enjoyable easy demon and I had a very pleasant time with it. In 6th place is Week 43 Sword and Samply by Sweet Silver. My god, this level is long. That's my main complaint with it. A few parts could have just been left out like this desert part. However, the level itself is really amazing. The doors are mostly incredibly fun and the whole level really does feel like a journey. The decoration throughout is amazing, and even though I'm personally not a huge fan of this style, I couldn't help but enjoy everything this level had to offer. There's a few parts that I had to learn, like the jewels, but everything was clearly laid out and I knew what I was doing for the most part. The transitions were amazing too, and I never felt like I was unfairly thrown into something. If I was, it was incredibly clear that I had to jump. Incredibly fun and satisfying level. I just wish it was a little shorter because every time I died far, I wanted to slice off a piece of my skin. Oh, and this song is a banger. Dunder Patrolin is one of the most underrated artists when it comes to this game. In 5th place is Week 44 Volcano by Sean. This is one of the first levels I've seen to use RobTop's 2.2 style this well. The decoration is pretty simple in all honesty, but so fucking clean. Every part feels incredibly polished and well put together, and the gameplay more than backs it up. Not only is it readable, it's just so incredibly fun throughout. Nothing stands out, but it still manages to feel engaging and interesting. The song is also pretty fire, with my main complaint being the odd way it transitions to this part around 70%, which I'm pretty sure is the creators skipping a part of the song. That's really my main complaint with this level, to be honest. It was just so fun. And the coins feel straight out of a good RobTop level too. Amazing level and I couldn't recommend it more. In 4th place is Week 18 Neon Castle by Potato Baby. I have always loved the stuff that Potato Baby makes and this one is no different. The decoration and layering is perfect and the gameplay is amazing. It's pretty hard for an easy demon, but it's readable and fair and just extremely fun. The song is pretty good and the level is synced amazingly with it, and the pre-drop especially has amazing sync. The first cube's decoration is a standout. I absolutely adore the colors and the layering is impressive, which has always been something that I've loved about Potato Baby's work. The drop's gameplay is so satisfying, especially the end with the wave, although it does feel like a little bit of a difficulty spike. In 3rd place is Week 19 The Underground by Funky Fries. This level is such a journey, man. Its whole theme is executed to perfection and the progression is amazing. I usually don't love XL levels simply because I get tired of them or bored, however the Underground never bored me, luckily due to its exciting and engaging gameplay throughout. I did not come across a single bug or section I didn't like, likely due to the fact that I never tried anything too crazy, but it kept it interesting and fresh with parts such as the orbs and the wave that synced with the music perfectly. The only slow part was the swing halfway through, and although I absolutely despise the swing game mode, this part is well laid out and it's easy to see where to click and where to go, making it unusually fun. I particularly love the decoration on this robot section as it just adds to the cavey vibes and really makes you feel like you are there exploring wherever it is you're at. The final jewel is so incredibly fun and I love how it feels at the very end of the level, especially the asymmetric part, which by the way never had any bugs or issues. Overall just an amazingly made level and I loved it throughout. In 2nd place is Week 25 Paper Rings by Gus Earth, and here is probably the best level we have. I'm writing this part after only doing the first 25, but I'm pretty confident that there won't be a better level than this. I remember absolutely adoring it when it first dropped and I still love it now. When this style of decoration is done well, it's extremely eye-catching, colourful and vibrant, and this level is all of those to the extreme. Every part looks amazing, and not only that, the gameplay backs it up. This level is so fucking fun, it's not even funny. The music sync is on point and reflects the energy of the song as well as the decoration, and every part is just extremely fun. The ending robot and cube is by far the hardest part, but once you learn it, it's a treat to play and so satisfying. I adore the wave part too. It's satisfying and unique and makes you feel like such a pro when you play it. Every part of this level is perfect and is one of my favourite demons in the entire game. And in first place, we've got week 51, Touch the Orbs Bub by Atomic Rest. I was so sure nothing would beat Paper Rings, like I was almost 100% positive. But no, with 2 levels to go, this sniped the #1 spot. This level is just so fucking cool, man. I had such a blast playing it, even though it took me a long time to beat. Every single part is unique but fucking amazing, and the energy this level has is unmatched. Genuinely, I don't know how to put into words how amazing this level is. Please, please, please play this shit, you'll have a blast. The song is fucking amazing, and the level is themed perfectly to match it. And on top of that, the gameplay is so fun but unique. I already was loving my time with it, but then we got to this boss fight which I normally hate, but nope, this was a blast. Not a single block is copy and pasted. I can see the passion and energy that Atomic Rest had when making this, and I'm sure it was a treat to make. I'm not sure what else to say about this level, just play it, or at least watch a showcase. Everything in this level is fun and perfect, and this is one of my favorite levels of 2025. What an experience, man, what a fucking experience. Yo, this video low-key took me 3 eons to make. If you stuck around this long, I appreciate it a shit ton. Keep an eye out for more videos like this and have an awesome Source day. That's it, and thanks for watching.